Hey everybody, welcome back. It's February. We had snow yesterday, about an inch, already melted. As you can see, back pasture is green again. We've had a weird winter. It's been in the 50s and 60s, even 70 degrees a couple weeks ago. Haven't got much snow. But today, towards the end of winter, but really we still got a month or so, we are going to propagate what I think is one of the easiest plants to propagate in America as far as native plants, and that's the elderberry. Now, the elderberry has been used for centuries, has lots of great purposes, especially to keep sickness away, has a lot of antioxidants, a lot of vitamins. I actually think it tastes great. Now, of course, I'm not a doctor, and I'm not recommending just elderberry for your health, but it's not going to hurt you. It's going to help you. So we are going to propagate a bunch of cuttings from some wild elderberries we have on our property. Right here we have one. It's actually starting to bud. Now, this elderberry plant is a couple years old. It's established. But there's some shoots that are only about a year old. Those are the best shoots to get your cuttings from. The problem with this bush, it's not in a great spot. It's on the edge of our horse pasture, and it's where the horses move back and forth. It's where the tractor drives sometimes. It's not in a great spot. So I'm going to be making these cuttings, transplanting them to my elderberry hill, where I started planting last year. So this bark, I think, is pretty distinctive. So you may have wild elderberry on your property and not even know it. So let's get a closer look at this bark so you know what you're looking for. Like I said, I think it's very distinctive bark, kind of pale gray bark, and it has these little bumps on it, which I think makes it very distinctive. It's very easy to make cuttings. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut at the very bottom of all of these stalks here. So let's get to work. So here's another great spot that I have some elderberries popping up. The problem is it's not a great spot for my tractor. So the entire year, if I had to do any tractor work, which actually I don't have to do much here because the horses eat this back pasture, but I did leave this elderberry spot going so that I could harvest these elderberry starts this year. So these are actually a little bit younger. This is definitely 1 year growth. I know that because I mowed it over the year before because I didn't know this was an elderberry bush. So I'm also going to cut these. Now what's important, I'm cutting at a diagonal. That's going to be important in a minute. So let's go ahead and clear this. And probably from this stand and that other bush, I'm probably going to have 40, maybe 50 elderberries to get started with. So I'm excited. Let's cut some more elderberry. Okay, so I have my elderberry cuttings. Now again, these are native to my area, which is the East Coast, but I think elderberries are found all along the East Coast, even into the Midwest. Very awesome plant to have on your homestead, not only for the berries, even if you don't want the berries, bees love to pollinate the flowers from the elderberry plant. So if you're a beekeeper, this is a great plant to have. Birds also love the berries, which is a reason why sometimes it's hard to harvest these unless you have enough berries. If you only have 1 or 2 plants, sometimes it's hard to get the harvest in because the birds love these berries. So I'm going to eventually have 100 of these or more. I probably have 40 or 50 plants right here, I bet. And I'm okay if the birds get them. That's not a big deal to me. So this is what you need to do. For each of these cuttings, I'm going to drop these here. You are going to make a cutting that is about 4 to 6 inches long, but this is really important. Make sure you know which side is the bottom and which side is the top. If you don't know for sure, just look at the buds, and if they're pointing upwards, then that's the upwards for the plant. So I am going to cut right below this first bud here. So this first bud is going to turn into the roots for my cutting. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cut here evenly. I'm just going to let it drop for the video. And now, that is going to tell me that the flat side, the flush side, needs to be planted up, and the pointy side needs to be pointed down. So then on the next one, I'm going to cut at an angle, go to the next bud, cut about halfway or so. Again, just for the video, I'm letting it drop. I'll cut that, make it an angle, go to the next bud, flush, then make my angle, and I may even leave this one like it is. Now again, some of these aren't perfect, but I have a lot of elderberries to experiment with. I have a whole bunch on my driveway that I'm also gonna make cuttings from. So if these don't all turn out perfect, that's okay. I'm gonna cut these. This is gonna be a little bit of work, but you know what? Free plants. I may even sell some of these. I could put these in pots, let them grow, and I could sell each one for probably $4 or $5, maybe more. So I am pretty excited. I can make a little income on my farm, and I can have fun. I can spread elderberries. It's a no-brainer to me, a win-win situation. So let's go ahead and cut all of these beautiful cuttings. So I got my bucket here of my cuttings, and it's real simple. The final step, just get a bell jar here, a mason jar, fill it up with a little bit of water, and you're going to put the root side down. Now that's why it's important to have cut at an angle so that you know which side is facing down. Again, if you forget, you can look and see which way the buds are pointed. So I did experiment some. Sometimes I have 2 or 3 buds up top, which again, if you have more elderberries, go ahead, experiment, see what happens, have fun with it. I'm going to get these planted and maybe keep track of the count and see how much we got. But it really is this easy. I'm just going to put it in here. That one has too much water. That's like halfway filled. The key is you want to have that first bud, which here's that first bud. You want that first bud to be underwater, and those are going to become your roots. It really is that easy. I'm so excited to do this. And like I said, I might sell these locally. And I'm not going to charge much, just a little bit, having fun. And, there we go. So I'm going to leave these soak for probably about a good 2 weeks. And as I'm putting them in here, I'm trying to get the same sizes, kind of in the same ones. Like here I made some extra tall ones just for giggles, because that's what I did, just for giggles. And I want to set these on my kitchen counter for the next couple weeks, and then I'm going to plant them probably in early March. Now again, some of these are already budding, which is a weird year for me. Normally, February is not like this. I have a lot more to plant. I'm going to do some live staking in a future video, but it really is that easy. And you can buy these online, and I know because I bought some. $2 per cutting. That's right, so I probably have $100 in this little bucket, and that took me just a few minutes. Now, of course, you got to market it. But hey, this could be a way to make a little money on my homestead. So I am excited about that. If I can make a little money, then I'm happy. So until next time, keep on dreaming, keep on propagating, and just have a beautiful day.